with Crystal, Reptigirl Reptiles. How are you today, Crystal?
I am fantastic. How are you today?
I'm good. Happy Leap Day.
Yes, 29.
Yeah, how exciting this only happens every 4 years.
I know, so happy birthday to all the leap years out there.
Exactly. That's so funny. We were talking about that just a little bit ago. It's just leap year in general, and I'm like, is it necessary? But I guess it is, because, the earth and the sun and the solstice and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so it's time for you and I to talk about reptiles.
Absolutely.
Before I forget, let's talk about your upcoming Midwest Exotic Animal Expo. When is that?
Saturday, March 9th, and that one will be here at the Shelby County Fairgrounds again.
Okay, perfect. And so we are going to talk about, what are we talking about today?
The differences between captive bred and wild caught.
Okay. And so for people that don't know what that means, what is a captive bred?
Captive bred means that they were born and bred in captivity, so they're used to the human touch and the human surroundings and the noises and everything like that.
Okay, and what's wild caught?
Wild caught means you go to their native land. So, like, for instance, if you get a ball python, you're going to go to Southeast Asia and you're going to capture one of them that's in the wild out there, and you're going to import it, or you can, put an order in to somebody that's overseas and you can import it in that way.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well, that's exciting. And so what's the difference?
The difference is the care, because captive bred, like I said, is used to animal touch and everything, so they're going to be very docile, they're going to be calm, they're not going to try to bite you or anything like that, so the care is real easy. You can look up common care sheets for a ball python or a bearded dragon, and it's going to tell you how to set it up and how to do this, and they're going to be used to that, because typically a breeder, when they're hatching eggs or, dealing with live births and stuff like that, they handle them constantly. Whereas a wild caught one, the only time it's handled is when it's caught. Like I have a wild caught Savannah monitor at my house. I did not know that she was wild caught. The breeder did not let me know that she was wild caught. I actually bought 2 of them and one ended up passing away. They're more prone, the wild caught ones are more prone to viruses and diseases, parasites, mites. The one that I got ended up having a broken leg, and I did not know. So it broke my heart when I had them, because Savannah monitors are one of my favorite reptiles.
Did you say it had a broken leg?
It did have a broken leg.
Oh. How do you fix a broken leg on a reptile?
There's really nothing you can do unless you take it to the vet, and the vet's just going to try to tape it up and do the best that he can without surgery and stuff like that. So sometimes they can heal on their own if it's just, a mild fracture or whatever, but he wasn't able to use his leg at all. He was kind of just dragging it behind him and everything, and he passed away because he had a parasite that I was unaware of, because I was not told that he was a wild caught Savannah monitor.
That's sad.
And that's what I wish not my breeders, but I wish breeders in general, if they're wild caught animals, you need to let the person know, because it is different care. If you get a wild caught animal, right away you want to treat it for parasites, even if you don't think that it has any, you still want to treat them with that.
Yeah.
And stuff, and it's a basic like dewormer and stuff like you can get at Tractor Supply or Walmart, and so I had to end up going and purchasing things that I didn't know that I needed at the time to save my other Savannah monitor, which she's doing really good. She's gaining weight, she's getting big, she just went through another shed. This is her second shed since I've had her and stuff. But Savannah monitors are probably one of the most typical imported or wild-caught animals. Whereas your common captive-born, captive-bred reptiles are like your bearded dragons, your ball pythons, boa constrictors, typical things that you see at, reptile expos.
Okay. That's interesting. So I had a bearded dragon once. I do not anymore. And it's not because I don't want a bearded dragon. It's that my bearded dragon, unfortunately, it passed away shortly after we got it. And I don't know why it passed away. We still don't know. But it wouldn't eat from immediately the time that we got it. And so I just assumed it died of starvation or something like that just because it wasn't eating anything. And
it probably honestly wasn't properly taken care of before you bought it, depending on the breeder that you bought it from. I was there when you bought it, so I know what breeder you bought it from, so I can with certainty tell you that it was probably not very well taken care of.
Okay, and that's what I like about the Midwest Exotic Animal Expo is that you have like personal relationships with all of the breeders. Not being a breeder yourself,
right?
You have this personal relationship with these breeders, so you can you are there to say, like, yes, I would buy from them,
exactly,
and things like that, and that's what makes you reputable, I think.
Absolutely.
And so I think that's really good that we do have that, so then we know what we're doing.
Yeah, I do. When I get new vendors that want to vend my shows, I really do an extensive background search. I'll look through their Facebook pages and stuff like that to make sure that they're, if labeling their animals correctly and stuff, and making sure that they look healthy, that they're not sick looking. I know one of my vendors was looking around at the animals at one show and found an animal that she really liked and wanted to take home, and within 24 hours it had passed away. I have had to ask vendors to remove animals off of their tables because they looked sick. That's just something that we don't want at our shows. We don't support, selling sick and dying animals, especially to people who, I don't want to say are uneducated, but not as educated as other people.
I'm uneducated. I'm uneducated when it comes to reptiles, for sure. You've been teaching me a lot.
Absolutely.
But I still just dipping my toe in.
Yeah.
And didn't have a great first experience, unfortunately. And
just
so,
don't let it discourage you.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to kill any other reptiles,
And, I mean, you're more than welcome to ask the vendors, the breeders that breed these animals themselves and everything. You can ask them for more information on what you want to know, if your setup's correct, or what you should feed it, what they feed it. Should I continue to feed it this? Or how do I, what temperature should it be set at? What the humidity should be set at? And the vendors will let you know if they're good vendors. If they're good breeders, they will let you know. And if you see a Savannah monitor or any type of, out of this world crazy looking monitors or lizards or anything, just simply ask them, is it wild caught or is it captive bred? Because you do have to take care of them two separate ways.
Okay, that's good to know, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this has been fun. It's been good that we're learning stuff on Leap Day.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I am glad that you were on the show today. You'll be back next week. I'm just trying to look at the date. The March 7th. And when is the next show?
The next show is that following Saturday, March 9th.
Okay. And so if you do want to come to the Midwest Exotic Animal Expo, I will be giving tickets away next Wednesday as well. As I did this past Wednesday for the upcoming show that is 10 to 3 on March 9th.
Yes.
Yeah. At the Shelby County Fairgrounds. I love that it's so convenient that it's so close.
Yes. And this time with it being, March and St. Patrick's Day and everything, we're actually going to do every, as you pay to enter, you'll receive a ticket, and we will call a number out probably around noon, 1 o'clock. You have to be present for it, and it's a chance to win $250 worth of show bucks to go towards any of our vendors.
That's awesome. That's so cool. I'm going to have to go, and maybe I'll try my shot at another bearded dragon.
There you go.
They say the bearded dragons are supposed to be easy to take care of.
Yeah, they are, as long as they were properly taken care of before you purchase them. But my show and everything, everybody's a VIP to us. That's why everybody's going to get a ticket to enter in the supposed VIP
drawing.
Yep.
I love that. Well, again, thank you for coming on my show every week. We'll see you next Thursday, right before the next Midwest Exotic Animal Expo.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We'll be back right after this. Coming up is Don't Give Up on Me by Andy Grammer.